The most successful brands on social media right now are the one that everyone's arguing about in the comments, and that's not an accident. While you're trying to make everyone happy with your content, smart brands know how to force emotional responses that drive engagement through the roof and, more importantly, qualify their exact buyers. But most businesses have no clue how to find that sweet spot between being too PG or posting things that should have never left the drafts. Today, I'm going to show you how to strategically rage bait for your brand in a way that actually leads to more sales and not just death threats. See, rage baiting works because anger is the most viral emotion on the internet, but there's a massive difference between random trolling and making people mad strategically. See, the algorithm doesn't distinguish between positive and negative engagement. Comments defending and attacking you both boost your reach, but random controversy just gets you hate, while strategic controversy gets you customers. The emotional hijack principle is when people get triggered, their prefrontal cortex shuts down. They move from logical thinking to emotional reaction. This emotional state makes them more likely to take action, and that action could be sharing, commenting, or buying. The key is directing that emotional energy towards your business goals. Now, why polarization builds loyalty is because creating an enemy unites your supporters. People bond over shared outrage more than shared interest, and defending you becomes part of their identity. The more they defend you, the more invested they become, and eventually they buy just to prove the hater is wrong. The goal isn't to make everyone mad, it's to make the right people mad while making your ideal customers feel seen. Every piece of controversial content is a filter, and the people who stay are pre-qualified buyers. The people who leave were never going to convert anyways. The targeting mechanism here is to attack beliefs that your non-buyers hold sacred. Defend positions that only your buyers care about. Create controversy around your unique methodology. Challenge industry norms that frustrate your ideal clients, and never attack universal values, only niche specific ones. Here's some quick examples of qualified rage baiting. A business coach saying college is a scam filters out traditional thinkers. A fitness coach saying cardio is killing your gains attracts lifters. A dating coach saying nice guys deserve to be single attracts specific men. Each statement repels many, but magnetizes the right few, and the controversy self-selects your perfect audience. See, the best rage bait doesn't look like rage bait. It looks a lot more like someone finally telling the truth with a strong stance. Never be controversial just for attention. Rage bait and polarization really comes down to you taking a strong stance, but the key is that it needs to be grounded in your values. If you start creating rage bait just to chase views and it doesn't actually align with your values, people are going to see right through it, and it'll become your big regret down the line. But when you take a strong stance based on your principles and your values, it'll create a movement and a tribe like you wouldn't believe, and allow you to cut through the noise on social media. Make it about helping your audience, not attacking others, and position yourself as reluctantly controversial. You can say things like, I wish this wasn't true, but is more powerful than saying you're all idiots. The truth teller positioning is to frame controversial statements as uncomfortable truths, then back them up with selective evidence or experience. Acknowledge why people believe the opposite. You can show empathy for those who disagree, but make it feel like you're on their side against the establishment. There's also a sophistication spectrum here with how you be polarizing. Low sophistication is saying things like everyone who does X is stupid. Medium is X doesn't work and here's why. And then the highest sophistication is X works for some people, but if you're Y, it's actually harmful. The more sophisticated, the more it attracts educated buyers, and that's what you want. By the way, if you're running a high ticket business doing over $3 million per year and you want our team to skyrocket your growth on socials, just like our client Sean Lynch, who went from 12,000 followers to 64,000 followers in 6 months, or Patrick Silva, who went from 0 to 37 followers in 90 days, or Dan Bilzerian, who got over 300 million views in 7 months and multi-seven figures in sales for a Sigma Society program. Check out the link in the description for more case studies, and to also get your custom guarantee of 10 million to 500 million views in the first year working with us. See, every strong brand needs an enemy, not a person, but an idea, method, or belief system that your audience hates. Your enemy should be something that your competitors promote, and ideally attack methods, not people. Make your enemy represent everything that's wrong with your industry. Position yourself as the alternative to that enemy, and this rallies your audience against the common foe. So here's some examples of strategic enemy selection. Old way versus new way thinking, conventional wisdom that doesn't work, industry practices that exploit customers, gatekeepers preventing success, or outdated beliefs holding people back. Now, how to weaponize the enemy is to create content exposing why the enemy's method fails. Share stories of people that's hurt by the enemy's approach, demonstrate demonstrate superior results with your alternative, make following you feel like joining a revolution, and turn buying from you into voting against the enemy. See, controversy doesn't just get attention, it accelerates the buying process when it's done correctly. Traditional marketing requires 7 to 11 touch points before purchase, and controversial content creates emotional investment immediately. Defenders become buyers to validate their position, and even haters will buy to prove you wrong. Overall, all this emotional intensity compresses the sales cycle. The psychological commitment ladder here is first they see your controversial take and they either love it or they hate it, and both are good. They engage by commenting or sharing, and this leads them to defend their position publicly. Public defense creates psychological commitment, and many people buy to maintain consistency as part of the tribe. Why fighters become buyers is because people who argue in your comments are highly engaged. They're thinking about you more than passive viewers, and they often research you to find more ammunition. That research exposes them to your expertise, and many will even convert from hater to customer after seeing results. See, not all controversy is created equal, and you need to know which lines to cross and which to respect. Never attack protected classes or identities. Don't make it personal unless it's strategically necessary. Avoid topics unrelated to your business. Definitely stay away from current tragedies or sensitive events, and keep controversy within your area of expertise. It's also a mistake to try and go against market direction. For example, it's a losing battle to try and position yourself against AI right now, and you're going to be much better off positioning yourself with it. The response strategy for all this rage bait is to never apologize for strategic controversy. Doubling down often works better than backing down. Use criticism as content opportunities, turn those hater comments into educational moments, and let your community defend you while you stay above it. Unlike what most people would expect, having haters actually makes you more credible to your supporters. If everyone agrees with you, you're probably not saying anything important. Having enemies suggests that you're threatening the status quo, and people trust leaders who are willing to take heat. Criticism from the wrong people validates you to the right people, and being canceled by your enemies strengthens your base. The martyr marketing principle here is to position yourself as fighting for your audience. Frame attacks as proof that you're telling the truth. Use criticism as evidence of your impact. Make supporting you feel like supporting a cause, and turn buying from you into an act of rebellion. All of this builds the us versus them dynamic. So clearly define who us is, which is your ideal customers, and then clearly define who they are, which is everyone else. Create inside language and references, celebrate when they don't understand, and make your community feel special for getting it. So let me know. Use strategic rage bait for your brand, and then I want to see in the comments below how this works for your business. Now, I want to also spotlight Renee Rodriguez, who went from stuck for 2 years to getting over 100,000 followers in 4 months with us, or Murder with My Husband podcast, who passed 230 million views in 8 months. If you're running a high-ticket business doing over 3 million per year, and you want us to catapult your growth on socials fully done for you while saving you time rather than adding time on your plate, and giving you a custom guarantee between 10 million to 500 million views in the first year where we work for free, check out more results and how it all works with the link in the description below, and you'll also be able to get your custom guarantee. Also, if you're not already, hit that subscribe button for more game to grow your socials. It's also a big favor that really helps the channel. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one.